Powered by the Montana Television Network. This is the 5:30 News on Q2, Montana's news leader.
Good evening and thanks for joining us this Friday night. I'm Jay Cohn.
And I'm Jeanelle Slade. Custer County authorities releasing new information on the shooting death near Miles City yesterday.
Custer County Sheriff Tony Harbaugh says authorities received a call Thursday morning from an individual who was reporting a shooting at his residence. When officers responded, they found 21-year-old Travis Doss with an apparent gunshot wound to the head and a deceased 21-year-old female with multiple gunshot wounds. The woman was pronounced dead at the scene. Doss was transported to the hospital for treatment.
Sheriff Harbaugh says Doss was treated for his injuries and is now at the Custer County Detention Center. Now, the county's jail roster shows Doss is booked on suspicion of deliberate homicide. The woman has not yet been publicly identified, and Sheriff Harbaugh has not released any information on the circumstances surrounding Thursday's shooting.
This week marked School Choice Week across America.
School choice is a term for K through 12 education options that allow public funds to follow individual students to the schools they choose to attend.
Q2's Steele Stevens today attended a school choice rally in downtown Billings where the message was all about options.
That's right, Jay and Jeanelle. A crowd of nearly 300 adults and students turned out for the event as the Montana Family Foundation hosted its school choice rally. Foundation President and former State Representative Jeff Laszloffy kicked off the event. State lawmakers, along with education and religious representatives, also spoke to the crowd. Those in favor of school choice say this option is important because it highlights each student as an individual with unique needs, whether that choice is public, private, or a charter school.
Rather than trying to put students into a one-size-fits-all educational model, we think there should be a vast array of choices so that every student can find their perfect educational fit.
Laszloffy says about 1,500 kids drop out of Montana schools every year. He says school choice could have helped them succeed. Jay and Jeanelle, back to you.
All right, thanks, Steele.
The Billings Rally was one of 3,000 events hosted across the country today.
Well, when compared to other cities across the Intermountain West, the Billings economy is falling behind. That assessment from Big Sky Economic Development as it gets set to present its findings at next week's Economic Outlook seminar here in Billings. Now, while the Magic City's GDP, the gross domestic product, is growing at a 1.4% annual growth rate, peer cities such as Boise, Fort Collins, and Bozeman, well, they're experiencing nearly double that growth. The Billings GDP from 2015 through 2016 was at 1.4% growth. Over that same time frame, Boise and Fort Collins GDP grew at 4%, while the Bozeman economy set the pace at 6%.
We continue to grow about 1.5% when you look at GDP, when you look at total personal income, which are both measures of the size of our economy. And then population growth is always right around that 1.2 to 1.5 place as well. And so it's slow and steady, but that's a good story compared to some places that are losing population and that kind of thing. But we really see that other peer communities are kind of taking out in front of us. And so it's interesting to see how we're performing.
Big Sky EDA will present its report on the pulse of the Billings economy next Tuesday at the annual Economic Outlook seminar. It's put on by the U of M Bureau of Business and Economic Research. That seminar Tuesday runs from 8 to 1 out at the DoubleTree in downtown Billings. The keynote speaker is Robert Nicetoon. He's the vice chair of the Montana Board of Regents.
Well, the robust American economy will likely be topic number one for President Trump next Tuesday. That's when he delivers his first State of the Union speech to a joint session of Congress.
All 535 congressional members get to invite at least one guest, and today we learned who will be the special guest from Montana.
Senator Steve Daines will host 9-year-old Danny Hiley from Deer Lodge, who benefits from the renewed Children's Health Insurance Program.
And Senior Senator John Tester today told us he plans to bring National Border Patrol Council President Brandon Judd, he's from Malta, a 20-year veteran of the agency. And accompanying Montana Representative Greg Gianforte will be his wife, Susan.
Now, following the president's speech, Representative Joe Kennedy will deliver the Democratic response.
And of course, Q2 will team up with CBS to bring you full coverage of Tuesday's speech. It all begins at 7 p.m.
As a Wyoming Highway Patrol trooper tried to stop a speeding driver, he did not expect to enter a high-speed pursuit. And once that chase came to an end, the person behind the wheel shocked him even more. 76-year-old Mary Sedlisek of Colorado Springs was driving on Interstate 25 near Casey, Wyoming on Thursday afternoon. Now, the trooper clocked her at 96 miles per hour in an 80-mile-per-hour zone. As the trooper attempted to stop her, Sedlacek eluded the trooper, reaching speeds well over 100 miles per hour. About 45 miles north near Buffalo, authorities deployed spike strips and stopped her car. Sedlacek was arrested without any other incident and was booked into the Johnson County Detention Facility under reckless driving charges and eluding a police officer.
The Montana Military Museum is featuring a new display that recognizes the state's contribution to an early victory in World War II's Pacific Theater.
Well, who would have thought a group of plowboys and cowboys and ranchers from Montana would have been winning the first battle against Japanese land forces in Pacific Theater.
2018 marks the 75th anniversary of when Montana's 163rd Infantry battled the Japanese in the jungles of New Guinea. The 163rd was made up of 1,700 men, including close to 200 members of Montana's Indian tribes.
Their victory at the battle in 1943 is recognized as the first major land victory against the Japanese. The 163rd also served as one of the initial occupation forces in Japan before it was sent home in 1946.
They came back and became business people and legislators, teachers. They ran farms and ranches and continued on with their life.
And the Montana Military Museum is located on the Fort William Henry Harrison complex just west of Helena.
Still to come on tonight's 5:30 news, the embattled Cascade County Sheriff breaks his silence after being charged with assault. That interview up next.
And later in sports, we visit Fairfield's Jill Barta at Gonzaga, who leads the Zags in both scoring and rebounding.
And coming up in weather, we've got some snow moving in already across Interstate 90. You can see it here. Might get it into the Billings area. We'll tell you all about it coming up in a few more minutes.
You're watching MTN News with Jay Cohn and Jeanelle Slade. Storm Tracker weather with Bob McGuire. And sports with Scott Green.